Hey, I hope you're well. Today I want to talk to you about NEMA, the National Environment Management Authority. What is it? What does it do? Who gives it the powers and mandates to do what it does? So I want us to talk about that so that then we can be able to understand where environmental governance or whereby environmental management protection comes in, or how the government is usually involved when it comes to conservation of the environment and management of the natural resources that we have here in Kenya. My name is Mokami, the environmentalist. But before we get started, I want you to subscribe to my channel, hit on that subscription button so that we can continue together. So the first question is, what is NEMA? NEMA is National Environment Management Authority. And by the way, it's NEMA. It's not NEMA, guys. It's not NEMA, it's NEMA. So NEMA is usually headed, or NEMA is under the Ministry of Environment and Forestry. Okay? And this authority is usually formed or provided for by the Environment Management and Coordination Act. Remember, we talked about the two main environmental laws here in Kenya. If you have not watched, you need to go and watch this video so that you can understand what this is. So we talked about these two main rules, the supreme law, which is the Constitution, and the principal environmental law, which is EMCA. So EMCA is the one that gives birth to NEMA. And EMCA is Environment Management and Coordination Act that became operational here in Kenya in 1999. So NEMA is an authority, or is a body that was born from that act. It is the act that mandates or provides for the formation of NEMA. And NEMA here in Kenya was formed and became operational in 2002. Okay, so it started as an authority that we have been having since 2002, and its mandate is to conduct the overall or the general supervision of the environment. Okay, so NEMA is supposed to conduct general supervision of the environment, supposed to coordinate all matters that relate to the environment. And also this agency, it is the principal government tool that is usually mandated to enforce, implement all environmental policies. So this has about three main mandates, which are: one is to carry out all general supervisions when it comes to the environment. Is in charge of carrying out supervision when it comes to the environment. Also is supposed to coordinate and manage all these matters that are related to the environment. So it's the one that coordinates different things that are happening. You know, the environment is so wide and there are so many components and so many things that happen in the environment. So to have one body that coordinates them, for example, the Kenya Wildlife Service and the Kenya Forest Service, these are two agencies that are supposed to be working very close, because we have animals in the forest. The forest belongs to the Forest Service, and the animals belong to the Wildlife Service. But these two things are living together. So these two agencies need to work together. That is an example of how different agencies and authorities usually work together. So NEMA here then is supposed to coordinate all that, coordinate all those functions that are environmental. And it is also the one that is mandated by the government to implement all environmental policies. Okay, so if there's a policy that's supposed to be implemented, then NEMA is in charge. That is its mandate. Okay, so what is the vision when it comes to NEMA? NEMA is only here to make sure that you have a clean and healthy environment. So its vision is to have or to enable a clean, healthy and sustainable development. So what are the functions of NEMA? One of the main functions that NEMA usually carry out is environmental licensing. NEMA has several licenses that is usually in charge of giving. These are licenses, they are permits, they are clearances that are supposed to be given by NEMA. There is the environmental impact assessment license. This is given to you before you develop or before you begin your development project. So that is given by NEMA, the environmental impact assessment license for developers before you develop. The other license that is usually given by NEMA is for waste transport. You're transporting waste, you need a license. You're disposing of waste, or you have a disposal site, a registered disposal site, NEMA registers that and licenses that. Also, there are other licenses that come by. For example, when it comes to effluent discharge licenses, these are offered to you if you disposing of or you're producing effluent and disposing it off to the land or the aquatic environment. So then you are acquired by law to make sure that you acquire that license. So these are licensing. There are other licenses that are usually given to you if you are importing or exporting some controlled biodiversity. Maybe it's a plant that you want to do some research and you want to export it to some country, or you want to import some animal from some country, then you need these licenses. The other permits that you need are different. You need different permits before you do different things here. For example, before you access genetic resources, you need a permit. Probably before you do some excessive vibrations activities, you need some permits. So NEMA usually give different permits and licenses and clearances. For example, to be exempted to use the banned plastic bag, and then you need a clearance. So that is one of the functions. In the near future, I'm going to tell you specifically these licenses that you'll need, when you need them, and how to acquire them. So don't worry, just make sure to click on that subscribe button so that you can be subscribed, and so that as I'm giving you more information, then you become informed. And if you're a business person, probably then I'm going to ease your hassle when it comes to acquiring these licenses. So if you want more of these videos, then give this video a thumbs up, comment down in the comment section and tell me something that you like. Another function that when it comes to NEMA is that it is in charge of licensing experts, registering and licensing experts. So if you are an environmental expert, then you need to be registered by NEMA, you need to be licensed by NEMA before you practice or before you go out to do environmental audits and environmental impact assessments. So you need to be licensed by NEMA. The other function that is usually carried out by NEMA is when it comes to environmental incidences. NEMA is in charge of receiving and handling and responding to environmental incidences, environmental complaints. Then it is NEMA that is in charge. But of course, it is usually going to work out with the other lead agencies, other departments, other governments, so that it can ensure that these incidences are usually handled. For example, you've gone to NEMA with the problem. Probably your neighborhood, somebody is doing a house very close to the river, or has encroached a riparian, or somebody is encroaching the forest, and you go to NEMA. So that is a legit public complaint. That is a incident. So what happens then, it is that NEMA is going to work in relation or in conjunction with other departments and agencies to ensure that that problem is handled, because it is not going to be able to work alone. It's supposed, if it's an encroachment of a riparian, it's supposed to ensure that the National Land Commission comes in, the Water Resource Authority comes in, so that they can now be able to come up with a solution towards such incidences. So that is another function of the National Environment Management Authority, to deal with environmental incidences. Also, it has other functions. For example, when it comes to trainings, they usually do environmental trainings, maybe to different government personnel, to different institutions. They usually have trainings when it comes to environmental assessment, environmental auditing, and stuff like those ones. So these are just a few of the functions that are carried out by NEMA. Of course, they are the main ones that are going to to interact, that you need to understand so that you can be able to live comfortably. There are so many other functions that NEMA usually carry out that I've not even mentioned. We cannot even finish them here. But I thought these ones are those that are basic, that are usually affecting us on our day-to-day life, that are direct to us. For example, environmental assessments. These are direct to us because every time you want to build, you need a license. Then, for example, waste disposal, you want to transport waste, you need a license. If you are an expert, you want to register, you need a license. So those are the simple or the basic functions that are usually carried out by NEMA that I thought are very basic for us to know. And every person then needs to know that these are the main functions of NEMA. Other functions will now then come by if, for example, now it's specific to your need. And if you like this video, then let me know in the comment section. Say something, tell me something. Do you need a service from NEMA? Have you gone to a NEMA office? How was the services? Did you really know what NEMA is before this video, or have you now known what NEMA is after this video? And give it a thumbs up if you like it. Share it with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because then I will see you in the next video. So till then, keep safe, stay safe, God bless you, and have a good day, and I will see you in the next video.